Hello, my name is Thomas Miglioranza, and I'm speaking to you from New York City.
And I'm Sarah Gibson, and I am speaking to you from Los Angeles.
Sarah and I want to say hi to the German Forum audience, and thank you to the German Forum, to Babette Hierholzer, to Barbara Hemming for inviting us to share some of our music with you today, and for commissioning the piece that you will hear at the end of this presentation. Meanwhile, we're just going to go back and forth a little bit, me sharing some performance videos of my own and Sarah sharing pieces of hers. And just as a bit of background, I met Sarah in Los Angeles 9 years ago. I was singing an opera by the composer Donald Crockett called The Face, and it was being staged at USC. And Sarah was the rehearsal pianist for our staging rehearsals. And I think you played in, did you play in the pit for the performance as well?
For some of them, not for the actual premiere, but when we did it at USC, I did.
Right, right. And I just remember from the second Sarah started playing this incredibly complex, thorny score that she was in such command of the music that she was just a really incredible musician. And I just filed that away. And then Sarah and I hung out a few times and became friends. And then the production was over and we didn't really see each other for a long time. And then when I had this opportunity to commission something from the German Forum, I thought, well, why don't I give Sarah a call? So that's what it is.
Yeah, and it was so exciting. I mean, I remember, Tom, when I was still a student at that time, and I was Don Crockett's assistant for the ensemble that he runs there, and I remember when he heard you sing the first time and how excited he was for you to come and sing this role in his opera. And of course, your voice just always stuck with me as well. And it was such a delight to hear from you again and to actually get to write for you. It's really awesome.
Yeah, it's fun how it all just comes around.
Yeah. So the first piece that I'll be sharing with you today is called I Prefer Living in Color. And this piece, very often my works are inspired by artwork. And in particular, there's an artist, David Hockney, who I really love. He uses a lot of bold colors. He's British, but has lived in California at different points. And I just find him really fascinating. And I saw this piece that he had done that was on display in one of the museums in Washington, D.C. that was called Snail's Space. And what it was is it was supposed to be this section of Mulholland Drive, of course, a very famous road in Los Angeles, that was zoomed in on like a million times over. And it was supposed to be a view of Mulholland Drive from a snail's perspective. And the artwork, the way it worked was that it was, probably 20 feet by 20 feet. And it started on the wall and then it moved onto the floor. And then there were lights that varied over the painting. So if you stood and watched it for 20 minutes, the light colors would change and it would bring out different sorts of colors within the paintings. So sometimes it'd be more blues, sometimes it'd be more reds, sometimes yellows, things like that. So this immediately just made me think of music, how you can have a similar sort of theme or melody or something like that, but orchestrate it differently or color it differently. And, it can be the same line, but sound totally different with different colors. So I wrote this piece for Aspen Music Festival, but the recording that I'm going to be playing for you today is by the New Fromm Players at Tanglewood. And I should say too that the title, I Prefer Living in Color, is a famous David Hockney quote. So I stole that quote from him for the piece. And looking forward a little bit, the second piece I'll play for you is also a different take on the same piece of artwork. So I'll explain how I look at that differently there.
Great.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.